Hey everyone, Gabby here. How's it going today? I'm looking forward to this tonight because I got some of these wild caught shrimp and I sauteed them. I went out for some errands today and then I am sauteing these in that zesty Italian dressing. So I'm looking forward to this. I was going to make a big Cobb salad, but then I decided I wanted something warm. So I'm going to make some angel hair noodles and then I'm going to make a little Alfredo sauce. So let me get the noodles cooked and then I'll come back and we'll start on the shrimp, okay? So I'm also going to be making one of the little apple crisps because I still have some of those reduced produce apples that I had got. And this is actually the first one that's been pretty banged up. They're usually pretty good, but every once in a while you're going to get one bad one. But anyways, I'm going to make a little apple crisp and put that in the oven while I'm waiting for these noodles to cook. So when you stack these kind of dishes that have that little rough edge on the bottom sometimes, it's good to put a little coffee filter in between them to keep them from banging against each other and making scratches in them. But I highly recommend putting these, it's a very inexpensive way to, it's probably cheaper than paper towels. I know some people use paper towels, but I like to use little coffee filters just to keep them from scratching up each other. Okay, so there's a little tip of the day. And of course we're going to be using our handy dandy little tabletop trash can, which is an ice bucket, I know, but I got it at the thrift store for $3, and that's what I use for my tabletop trash can when I'm peeling apples and cracking eggs and just stuff like that. So anyways, I'll be back. Some people don't like to use this little gadget, but I think it's kind of handy for whenever you're cutting apples, especially it doesn't waste very much of the apple. I feel like it gets just the core out instead of doing the chomp on each side. So anyways, let's see what happens. These apples are pretty. The problem is sometimes the core goes sideways, and then that's the only downfall that I found. All right, so this is basically, that's all we're going to be taking out. It's just this little tiny core piece here. So I think that's kind of cool. Look at that. Look at that. Sometimes I still have to take a little pit part that's in there out, but most usually not. Most usually it's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, look how smooth that is. So sometimes I'll take out just that tiny little bit right there, but still you're not wasting your apples. That's amazing. All right, let's give this one a go. I kind of tasted it because it's so delicious. Nothing wrong with sampling. Oh yeah, this apple's really ripe. So went through a lot easier. So anyways, I have been making this apple crisp an awful lot lately because I've just had these apples yummy. I've been putting a little bit of flour, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of brown sugar in one of my little jars and just shaking it up to put on the top of it. So much easier. I didn't really measure it. I've just been making it so much, which, you know, I shouldn't be bragging about that because it's just so good. It's an easy dessert and I love it. I'm shaking this up and then I just sprinkle it on top of the apples after I cut them up. I'll show you. And then I put a little bit of butter, cut up butter on top of it, and it just kind of melts and goes down through it. It makes like a little crisp on the top of it. So delicious. I have that to look forward to. Well, my dinner's going to be really good too because those shrimp. And I have to tell you, yesterday when I went to get those shrimp, they're the wild caught, and they were on sale. So when I go to get them, I usually only get 5 or 6 at a time for like a Cobb salad or just a little pasta salad or something, not for anything left over. And the man who waited on me at the seafood counter, he was so sweet, and it was an older gentleman. He was chatting with the person in front of me. It took a little while to get waited on. And so I told him that I just wanted 5 of the wild caught shrimp because I was going to make a little Cobb salad. And he got my 5 shrimp, and he's like, "Are you sure that's all you want?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's all my budget can afford, so I'm going to stick to that." So after he rang up my order and printed out the sticker, then he went back over to the case and said, well, you know, there's always like 3 or 4 at the back of the case that I throw out at the end of the night because I just do, he says. And really didn't give me any reason. So he said, I'm just going to put those in there for you because, you know, I'm just going to throw those away anyways. And I said, well, that's pretty generous. Thank you so much. And he goes, look, I just treat people the way I want to be treated. I mean, that just warmed my heart so much because it's just so encouraging to see do unto others as you would have them do unto you in existence and playing out right in front of my eyes to me. So anyways, I just want to tell you that little story because that was just gave me so much encouragement. All right, I'm going to check on the noodles and we'll be back. Okay, guys, I got a lot of moving parts here right now. So here's what the pie looks like. That's little pieces of butter on the top there. So I'm going to put that in the oven so it can be bacon. 350. I melted a couple tablespoons of butter. I have some half and half cream here, and then some Parmesan cheese. And that's all that I put in my Alfredo sauce. And then I'll put the noodles into that. And then the last thing I'll do is do the shrimp because I want to get the skillet really hot and really get a sear on them. I like them that way. All right, the skillet is pretty hot now, so I'm going to add the cream in. And I'll let that come to a bubble. Okay, so after that comes to a bubble, then I will add in my little bit of Parmesan cheese and let that melt. And then we can put in the noodles and do the shrimp. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you. That's cooking up there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's cooking. The Alfredo's cooking. And, of course, we have to add lots of black pepper to it, okay? Yeah, I love black pepper. I don't think I need to put any salt because, of course, the Parmesan cheese is going to be salty, and so is the shrimp from where it's been marinating in that zesty Italian salad dressing all day, okay? Okay, so the skillet's really nice and hot. I'm just going to dump in all my shrimp. Ooh, hear that sizzle, yay! Love that. Okay, guys, I got the Alfredo noodles plated up on this, and the shrimp is done. And I'm just going to put the little shrimps on here. I hope that you get the opportunity to make this if you like shrimp Alfredo. I really do. So that's how it's looking. Okay. So I'm going to give this a taste. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more on the shrimp. Might as well use the rest of it. All right, so we got a little bit of noodles. There we go. Can I do it? You know, my birthday is Wednesday, the day after the election. Are we excited for the election to be over with? And so my daughter and son-in-law and my little honeybee, my grandson, they're going to take me to Olive Garden for dinner because I love Olive Garden. And I haven't been there in probably a year and a half or so. It's been a while. So that's where we're going to dinner for my birthday. I'm so excited. But I kind of was craving for pasta and seafood. Maybe that's why I just wanted to make this today. I don't know. But anyway, so let's give this a taste. A bite with everything on it. Wow, you guys, that is so good. That is very good. And actually, I think traditional Alfredo does not have garlic in it, actually. I don't put garlic in my pasta sauce. If I was going to put anything, it would probably be onions because I love onions. I wouldn't mind frying some onions and putting in it. But anyways, this is so good. I hope you get an opportunity to try this recipe. And I'm going to go enjoy my dinner. And I'll try and pop back in and show you how the apple crisp looks. Okay, I just finished my dinner. It was so delicious. I ate all the shrimp. They were very good. I'm going to get the apple crisp. I've gotten that out of the oven. Give you a quick peek of the apple crisp. Yeah, it got really caramelized. So I'm just going to get out a little spoonful and taste it. This is going to be really hot. Whew, look at that. Can you guys see the steam? Probably not. Well, anyways, I'm going to give it a taste, but it's pretty hot right now. I think this has cooled down some now. It smells delicious. I put a little bit more cinnamon in it this time, so maybe that helped it caramelize a little bit more. Not sure. I am not sure, guys, if this just gets better or I just love it that much. It's really good, and it's warm, and the crispy just gets kind of little crispy bits on the top of it. It's really good. I hope you guys get to try this. It's really easy to do. And if you go over to your produce aisle and get a pack of the marked down apples, they have the produce marked down just like they do breads. It's really affordable to do. You can just, make yourself one every night. And it's big enough to share. It's definitely big enough to share because this usually does me for 2 nights, if it's sometimes 3. I hope you had a great weekend and you enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for coming by and watching my video. I really appreciate you subscribing, liking, sharing. We're getting there to our 1,000 subscribers. Of course, we got a long ways to go to 4,000 hours of watch time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. This is Gabby. I'll be back again later, and I hope you will be too. Bye.